Howdy everyone, Tasty here, and thank you for joining me for another random gaming news, where today we have a few quick mentions that we're going to take a look at, as well as a new mod coming to Skyrim. And there's also some talk or some stuff that we're getting about the canceled prequel game for Portal, so we're going to talk about that towards the end of the video. Make sure that you guys are checking out the links in the description to help out the other YouTube channel that, we just want to start off 2020 right and support some other members of the community, as well as the Discord server that I created for the actual channel, so you guys can come and hang out and maybe suggest some news articles if you'd like. Please share this video to help out the channel, and hit the like button if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon to be notified of when I make my next video, and let's go ahead and start the show. First up here, I want to talk about The Witcher 3, so that way we can see how it's actually been doing as of late since the actual Witcher Netflix series came out, because it has been climbing the actual concurrent player base over on Steam of all things, because when it first came out in May of 2015, it only had about 92,000 concurrent players, and as of the making of this video, it knocked out Destiny 2 for over 100,000 concurrent players, taking it up into the top 10 of players playing games over on Steam. And it is a single player RPG, so those numbers are not going to stay up there for too long, but it is nice to see that players are actually coming back to the game and enjoying it again, and all because of the Netflix series that came out last month. Now let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 and what's been going on with that. And it does seem like they are doing a pretty bold move with this game, because even though it's been on all the sales charts since it came out in 2013, it is one of those games that it is pretty good, and it's stayed up there. It has a world record of the biggest grossing item in all entertainment history, so that's something to take note here. But they are actually adding Grand Theft Auto 5 to the Xbox Game Pass, and it's actually out now for the console. So if you do have it, Xbox Game Pass that is, for your console, go ahead and download it, because it's not a bad single player game to play through, but I could see why they would do something like this. If their microtransaction sales are becoming a little stale, this would be a good way to pump those back up a little bit, because they are actually offering 10% off the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack and the Shark Cash cards right now if you do have an Xbox Game Pass membership. So it is something to keep in mind whenever you are playing the game, because a big part of it is that GTA Online, but they do offer that a single player mode, which I actually played myself and beat it and loved it, and I don't really play the online aspect of it. But lastly, let's talk about Fractional Games. They're the makers of Soma and the Amnesia, the Dark Descent. They're a pretty good studio, and they actually teased that they're working on a new project, because over on a new site, or one of the sites that they made for their game, they said that our project has not been announced, and then just quickly changed it to a white pulsing ball that if you click on, nothing really happens. So we haven't got a whole lot of what the actual game is, what it's called, or any release dates or anything like that, but you can best believe that I'm going to be playing that game, because I did thoroughly love Soma and the Dark Descent myself, and I would love to see what they're going to be making next, because they do make games that are a little bit more on the creative side when it does come to horror games. Now let's talk a little bit about a new mod coming to Skyrim, maybe this month or earlier this year. It's something that we don't know the exact release date, but everybody in the Bethesda community for Skyrim is kind of thrilled to have it, and it's something that I'm kind of thrilled to see come to, especially with all the bad news coming from Bethesda from Fallout 76. And what I'm talking about is that Shirley Curry is going to be added to Skyrim here with a mod, and she plays more like a two-handed barbarian, which is something that she actually prefers to play as. And if you don't know who she is, she's actually a YouTuber, an 83-year-old lady who actually goes through, makes Let's Plays on Skyrim, reads the lore books and videos and that kind of thing, and she's been doing this since 2015 and has been referred to as the gamer grandma. And when 2018 hit and she saw the actual E3 presentation for the Elder Scrolls 6, she said, we may not get that until I'm 88, and it might be too late for that. And fan outcries came pouring into Bethesda to make her a character inside the video game, and it would seem that it worked, because they guaranteed that she was going to be an NPC character inside of the Elder Scrolls 6 game. And that's nice to see, but I wouldn't be talking about this if it was something that was just that, or being added into the Elder Scrolls 6. That's right, at the beginning, like I said, it's being added as a mod for Skyrim here, the Elder Scrolls 5 series, which has been ported to everything. And it's kind of cool to see that fans are stepping in where Bethesda, is going to add it in a later game. They're going to add it in this game, because it doesn't seem like they can really wait for the Elder Scrolls 6 to come out, because it, like she said, maybe 88 before it actually comes out. So it's one of those things that they're going to add her in there, going to give her some neat little quirky dialogue things to say, and Shirley's actually recorded some dialogue herself for the game and for the modders to put out. And Phantom Scribbler has put out a big update over on Reddit, so I've linked that down in the description below. I strongly recommend that you guys go and read it, and maybe go check out the trailer that he put out for the mod itself. It's just nice to see, like I said, that you know, the modding community is coming together and adding somebody that's very beloved for the community into a game that they also love themselves. Even when Bethesda is messing up with Fallout 76, it would seem that some good can still come from some of their past titles. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys think about the mod community for Bethesda, how you like it, how you dislike it. Would you play with this mod? Have you ever heard of Grandma Gamer? But let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about that canceled prequel Portal game that would have came from Lunch House Studios. They would have actually been the ones developing it for Valve. So what happened is that last week we got about a minute-and-a-half clip from them about a documentary called Exposed for the F-Spot, which actually is the prequel game that they were working on for Valve for you know, Portal, but they canceled that and then thereafter started work on Portal 2. And it would have seemed that this game would have been focused more on the actual aperture camera and the aperture technology, and since it was a prequel to the game, it wouldn't have had any of those portal guns or any of the cute robots that the earlier games would have had. The aperture camera was a unique concept for the game, even for the Portal series. The camera would have allowed players to capture objects in pictures and then change the size of the objects when placing them back down. As you can see here, the player took pictures of boxes and was able to place them back down in various sizes from big to small, then attaching balloons to one of the boxes, making it float away. But that was not all, because after that, with the boxes, the player would go snap a picture of a ceiling fan and then place that on the floor to get to the higher level. Even though this was a prequel for the game and we didn't actually get the game, it was still fun to kind of look at what actually could have been, and I wish that somebody would still make this, because I would love to see where those portal guns actually came from myself. That, you know, because this game actually tells a couple of different stories over the last two games, and it'd be nice to see, you know, where everything started, how it was all going. I definitely suggest going and looking up the game theorist videos on Portal if you haven't already. I mean, you probably have. He has a bunch of people, but it is something that's nice to see that we could have gotten something like this, or I guess not so much nice, but a little sad to see that we could have gotten something like this. But you know, maybe there's still hope with them kind of drumming up a little bit of buzz about the game, that Valve would want to actually then go and make the game again, especially if people are like, yeah, I really want to play that game. You know, why wouldn't they redo it then, or like just have them make the actual game and finish the concept for what they've actually already created. Well, that's the video for today, and I would love to know what you guys are thinking down in those comments below. I know it was a little bit of a shorter video, but we can continue the conversation down in those comments if you'd like. Not only that, please check out those links in the description for the other YouTuber to help out supporting other people in the community, as well as the Discord server where you guys can come and hang out and suggest news articles or anything else you'd like to see me do here on the channel. Go ahead and share the video if you haven't, because that would help out the channel the most. Hit the like button if you guys did enjoy this video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, with the bell icon turned on to be notified of when I make my next video. Alright, so I have been Tasty. This has been Random Gaming News, and have a wonderful fucking gaming night. Oh, you're still here? Why not go out and play or something? Do something constructive. Get out of here. Stop watching this video. But if you are still here, go ahead and hit the subscribe thingy over here, and check out these other videos that I have queued up for you already, if you're not going to go outside, I guess.